This is Nemi Batstone here. It is Thursday, April 6th, right? Okay. Wow, craziness. Okay, so I am so not set up properly here. I'm just gonna make sure I'm working fine on Facebook. Okay, I can see comments, I can hear you. So I have to like completely shift my desk over because I don't fully set up in my craft space yet. And we're trying to figure out how to hang my camera mount in the room. And then I was having difficulties because I'm currently using my old school style. So if you're there, please say hi so I know you're there. And as we get moving here, I'm gonna shift everything over and make some room because I wasn't really planning on that. And now I'm a little worried that it's gonna cut out on me. Okay. How you all doing? It is Easter weekend and I hope you all got a chance to see my projects from last week. We were in Regina and then we drove home in the crazy storm, hoping we would make it through. It was not an easy drive. Regina is normally 6 hours and it took us 9. So it was a very long ride, but we did it. We managed. I don't know where to put everything because I have everything set up to be like to my left, your right in viewing. And then all of a sudden my stand couldn't work. And so I'm playing like switcheroo here as you get set. Okay, so if you are part of my email list, you should have also received an invite, a registration to our upcoming retreat, which is May 26th to the 28th, just before the crazy, we are having obviously a late summer, a late spring, late summer. So there's plenty of time to craft before we can head out and enjoy the summer. So I'm hoping you can come out because we're kicking it off with the new catalog. For those of you, if you're demonstrators, by all means, you know, you have full access and I hope you've already made your shopping list going. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for joining me. Hello. Thanks for saying hi. And you've had a chance to like peruse it. But I don't know if you just saw my post just a few minutes or a couple hours ago. I actually did a quick run through of all my stamps to see what I was keeping and what I wasn't keeping, and it's not much. So there is a lot that's getting changed. Color refresh, color everything. So this is one stack. That's like 6 that I have that is carrying over. And then I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 more that are carrying over. So that's like 16 out of, I don't know how many stamp sets you think there is in there. But I was just like, wow. So because I was going into my new craft space, I thought, wow, what a perfect time for me to decide on what I actually keep and start to really downsize because I don't really have a lot of room. I didn't have a lot of room before, but now that I'm in my permanent space, I really don't have a lot of room. So hopefully sometime soon I'll be able to share with you what the space actually looks like. Okay, I've got my drink handy and you probably want to get crafting. So I have 3 projects. I was actually going to do 3 different projects that focus on items that were actually products or stamp sets, bundles, etc. that were actually leaving, that are actually retiring. But then, you know, I was talking to a few of my customers, my fellow stampers, you know, some friends. That's who my fellow stampers are. And then, of course, my team. And they're like, there's a lot that's carrying over that I still really like and I probably will use. I will still buy from the new catalog, all the new stuff, but what's retiring, I think I'm okay with. So I was like, what? So then I quickly changed this week and decided to focus on my birthday series, part 1, on what is actually carrying over. Not so much what is retiring, but what is carrying over. And so in the next couple of weeks, I'll probably share what is retiring. But anyway, so I wanted to share some quick and easy ones that you can actually create. And you could also batch, mass produce with, and shouldn't have too much trouble creating them. But I do have some die cutting to do. And so I'm going to try, and I'm probably going to do that off camera, just so you know, because the gooseneck that I'm using right now is hooked up to my table. It's actually hooked up to like a TV dinner stand facing down. And so there's going to be a lot of shaking, and I don't want to have you see all that shaking. So I'll probably do it on the table behind me and then come back in. But you'll still be able to hear me. You'll still be able to see, you won't be able to see me, but that's about it. So again, if you're here, just like, share, whichever. And so once I'm done creating these cards, because it is Easter, it's my birthday, you've obviously seen I will definitely upgrade or update. What's going on here? Sorry. I will definitely update. Don't back on refresh. I'll definitely update the comments above. And then if you're part of my email list, you'll get an email reminder of what I shared today. But if you saw my picture, I have a ton of stamp sets to get rid of. And also, I managed to go through some of my dies, and I put the ones that are not retiring and carrying over here at the front. And then the rest are all the ones that are retiring. So I'm like, oh my. And so I decided that I'm going to gift some of these to all of you. So if you place an order of more than $100, you will get a mystery box or gift, mystery gift, sent to you with about $60 worth. So for sure it's going to be a stamp bundle or more. And then if you spend $150, then it'll be $100 worth. If you spend $200, well, you're definitely going to get rewards, and then plus some, a bunch of stuff for me free. So I'm going to downsize by giving it back to you, and I hope that that will help you and give my stamps a nicer home to go to. It's kind of like Marie Kondo. Thank you for bringing joy into my life. It's time for you to move on to somebody else's home. Okay, so I'm going to try and flip you, and I'm going to try and do that without making you a little drunk and crazy. So I'm going to cover up the camera for now because I can't easily flip you without the camera swaying. So bear with me. I'm still here, just so you know. But I do have to flip you. I'm assuming that this is going to work because I didn't test it out yet. But let's see. Okay, I think it'll work. So again, if you're there, I know there's a few of you, please say hello. Say hi. Feel free to ask me any questions you may have. And I will hope that I can answer them. Okay, so I've moved over slightly. I'm hoping this gooseneck holds out. It is my spare versus the one I use every day, which mounts to my ceiling. Okay, I have to block you again for a second here because it's not in the right spot. There we go. Sorry for the shaking. See, that's what I was trying to avoid, along with a bit of swaying, etc., etc. So feel free to put some laughing comments because that's just terrible. Okay, so if you do order with me, oh my goodness, everything's in my way now. Make sure to please use this host code. I've also marked it up top because then that tells me where to ship the mystery gifts, okay? And then I'll know where to actually send them. And then we're good to go. Okay, so I was looking at what was retiring and what was staying. And I was like, oh, thank goodness some of my favorites are still staying. So Irresistible Blooms is still on the online exclusive. Playing in the Rain, Color and Contour, Biggest Wish, Something Fancy, Taco Fiesta. Had so much fun with this, and I'm still having fun with it. Is staying, thank goodness. So I'm really excited and happy about that. Color and Contour I've used so many times. We did it in a retreat. We did it in Color Club. It's like, it's had a lot of love, along with a few other ones. And then when I went through all of the background stamps, this was one of the ones that we're saying, so we're going to work with that one as well. And then we're also going to work with, there it is, sending smiles too. Okay, so if you have something better to do, by all means, I'm okay with that. But excuse me. But if you do stay, I hope you enjoy these card designs. Excuse me, I just choked on myself there. Okay, I'm just looking for my third card. Okay, so we have 3 cards here that we're going to make today using 3 of the different stamp sets that are actually still carrying over. So if you don't have these, this is the perfect time to buy them. And the reason why I say that is a lot of our bundles that are currently available right now is at a discounted 10% off. So these that carry over into the new catalog, like this one, it will no longer be bundled, which means you got to pay full price for the dies and you have to pay full price for the stamp set. So no more 10% off. So now is the best time to get all your bundles. So when you're shopping at my online store or any other demonstrator store, you'll see that a bundle will say retiring soon. And most of the time it says that because the bundle is likely disappearing, or the bundle is still available, but no longer bundled, and it's now as a separate stamp set and die. So I wanted to show you some of these and the dies that are actually staying with us. So, and how I made them. And we'll go through that. So let's do, okay. We'll do the hard one first in case, because the other 2 shouldn't take us as long and it should be pretty quick. So we'll focus on this one first. And I'm just gonna, I don't know, I have natural light going on right now along with a little bit of pot lights. So I just want to make sure I don't have too much shadow. So bear with me. I had to, if you just joined me, I had to switch spots at my table. And so I wanted to make sure I'm still good. Okay. And so I had to shift everything over and try and make things work so I could get my phone holder to work. Oh, entertaining. Okay. So let me pull my project card over because everything is sitting on there. And I was all set up to be on the other side of my table, and now here I am on the other side. So I had to push everything out of the way just to make space and to make things work. Okay, so we're going to try and make sure I am fully in camera, and I will do my best. Okay, so the light is good for the moment. Okay, perfect. Hi, Leanne. How are you? So happy Easter to all of you. I hope you're going to have some wonderful plans this weekend. It's a very busy one for us, so I am looking forward to it as well. Okay, so I was surprised I have 2 top folding cards. That's not normal for me. So this one does fold up and down, but I wanted to show you how I made this one, and I hope you really like it because it is a lot of layering. But it's a lot of layering that's actually quite fun. And so we'll start with this one because it's the hardest one out of all of them, but it is a lot of fun. So this one uses our dies, our basic border dies. Let me just find them here. They're on my cart here somewhere. There they are. So I'm using the one with the cloud, which is this one here. And then it comes with a bunch of other border edges in case you haven't seen them. And if you've ever seen those envelope cards, this is a perfect one to use for that, where it actually creates like the envelope look on the top there. And then you have that little pocket seam through there as well. And then these are obviously great for mountains. And this is one of my favorite sets because then they're nice and big and long. So then you can also use them on your scrapbook pages, which is ideal. Now I have this one that is a cloud, and that's the one we're going to use for this. And then I just realized I'm missing a piece of vellum. So let me grab some scrap vellum if I have. Hopefully I do. Yep. I usually have, oh, maybe not. Looks like I gotta cut a piece, which is not a problem at all. Okay. That's okay because I need to cut a piece for any of you as well. So if you make sure you like, comment, share, as always, and I will send you do a draw tomorrow, or no, wait, I can't because I got to give you time to share. Sorry. I will do a draw on, I don't want to wait long. Because you know what, I just want you to know I do my draws, but the bad thing I'm really bad at is communicating it afterwards, going, guess who won? And then I just send them, and then none of you ever know or ever hear about it. So it's like, when do I actually do it, right? Your nails are really cute. Thank you. They were something that we did for like with the soccer moms. And a few of us went out and did a girl thing. And so I'm not a big person who actually gets their nails colored very often because I'm always like working in the garden or renovating our house right now. So, and my hands are extremely dry. And so getting my nails done is just something that just doesn't work because they just peel and break right away. So, okay, there we go. So this is our card base, and we're gonna need a piece of vellum, and we're also gonna need another piece that actually goes underneath. So we've got 3 little layers here. So let's make our card base first, so then we get that one out of the way. And then we'll do the vellum. So I'll show you how to do the vellum afterwards, because we'll have a gap there. And then we'll do the last piece. Okay, so for the card base, all I do is I take this, and then the sending stamp, I think I might have it prepped already. I do. Okay, so then there's no real measurements. This is however you like to put it. So all I did was angle my border as much as I can, or wanted to, pretty much, per se. So I'm just going to use this as my guide. So I went to about, let's say about here. And maybe a slight angle. Oh, I don't know. What's that? Almost 45. So let's say 35, 30 degrees. I don't know. Who's actually going to pull out a protractor and measure that? Okay. So then we're going to run that through the Big Shot, or sorry, the emboss and cut machine. The Big Boss. Now I'm going to do this behind me because I'll shake my table if I do it right in front of you all. And I'm going to just run it through the machine to get that emboss. And then that emboss line is now our guide as to what kind of angle we're going to work with for the rest of the card. Okay, so should have worked. Excellent, and it did. And we're still going to need this. And we don't want to throw this piece away because this is the piece we're actually going to use to stamp on. So now we have our card base that looks like this. And yeah, there's a little bit of markings, but we can clean that all up with a glue eraser. Now this is the piece that goes underneath. And I also, did I cut this one? I will cut this one. But so now we're going to make a mark as to where we want that one. And I don't want to I don't want to be perfectly aligned there so that I have the same cloud pattern. I want to shift it over a little bit so then I have a different cloud pattern going. But I want to also be roughly at around the same angle. And I don't want to be all the way at the bottom because then you'll never see all those beautiful sun rays popping out. Make sense? Excellent. So now we're going to take that and kind of figure out, oh, roughly there. And we want to make sure we're not aligned and that our cloud is slightly over. And we're going to run that through the emboss and cut machine as well. So I'm just going to do that again over here, like I mentioned. Just because it actually shakes the table quite a lot. Okay. I'm probably going to get some reflective lighting going on here. So now you end up with 2 pieces. Now you could go backwards and have your cloud going this way, which is kind of neat and cool. I notice I'm getting a glare. Or you could take your other piece and put that one there, which I think I'm going to do, and get that nice little piece going on there as well. I'm getting that sunlight coming through. Hang on here. Maybe I can block the sun. Trying to anyway. It's not a bad thing. A nice thing for a change. Okay, so those are 2 layers that you actually see here right now. So now we're going to do the sun rays. And I am going to cheat and use my Stamparatus. Now, it's a nice big stamp, so you definitely don't want to do this by hand. Or you can, but I'm not very good at that. So I'm going to stick that in here. Now, you'll also notice that our Stamparatus is no longer available on our website, in our online store. And that's because they are being, they don't carry over. And you'll also notice they're not currently, and you will notice that they're not currently in the new catalog. And that's because they're also going to be redesigned, per se, or updated. So then that way, it gives you a new design to purchase when it comes out. So I have no clue what's going on, to be honest. That's all we were told. So as soon as I know, I will let you know. But you can use whatever you have available and make that work. So this is a rubber stamp. So I've got a big, huge piece because this is bigger. The stamp is bigger than what I actually need for my card. So I want to make sure. That everything is good to go. So you ran it through. Sorry, I'm just trying to read all the comments. I'm missing a bunch of comments here, I think. Just gonna make sure I can see everything. Now I think I just made it worse. Hang on a sec. Yep, I screwed myself up. So I think, so you ran it through flat. I'm assuming you mean, yes, I did run it through flat. I did open it up so that it can be seen, if that's what you mean. And it works perfectly fine. Oh, hello, Kathy. See, I knew I was missing stuff. See, I know I'm missing comments. Thank you for, oops. What's going on? There we go. And now I can see a few more comments again. Okay, maybe I'm okay now. Now you can see the sunshine right shining through here onto my table here. Okay, so you do all know we're having a color refresh, right? So some of our colors are disappearing. So Saffron, which is one of my favorites, is leaving. So today I'm working with Crushed Curry and Daffodil Delight. So Crushed Curry is one of our core colors and continues to stay, as well as Crushed Curry, or did I say that already? But Daffodil Delight. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to just push that down. If you have a stamp tabulous or a roller or something like that, now is the perfect time to use that on something like this. And I'm not too sure I like my edging there, so, I mean, it's part of the stamp set, but I'm just going to give it a little bit more ink on that side, just so it's not so broken up. And just press a little, and there you go. A little darker, but that's okay. So I like that. Now, I just realized I should have put a piece of paper underneath there. So I'm just going to grab some grid paper. Actually, we should be okay. So I'm going to move that for now. I'm going to take my So Saffron and color that in a bit and do with some blending. Now, I knew my blending brush was sitting here because I made, oh, there it is. I forgot I moved it over. So we're just gonna blend that a bit around. So then the card is not gonna look like it's actually yellow on white. It's, you know, it's kind of deceiving, and it might look more like, by the time it's done, yellow on yellow. And I didn't, you'll notice I didn't pick up and put it on Daffodil Delight paper because I wanted it to be a little lighter, and I wanted some of that white to kind of shine through. So then we can just color in as dark as we want, that little sun mark there in the middle, because it's not really going to do much. It's going to get, if you look here, hang on a sec, I got some ink on my hand, so I don't want to pass it on to the other card. You see it's a little peering out there a little bit. So we're going to do the same here. We're going to cut it down so that when it goes inside the card here, you'll see it, that it peeks out a little bit in that corner there. Wow, that sun is crazy. Good to know. Okay, so we're gonna trim this down. So a standard card is 4 1/4 by 5. And we're actually gonna trim it down to 4 1/8, I guess is ideal. I'm gonna leave that top part because it's gonna get hidden anyway. So we're gonna go to 4 1/8. So then we get that little peek through on the bottom. And then we're gonna cut it down to, instead of 5 1/2, we're gonna go 5 and, what is that? 5 3/8. So we're gonna cut it down to 5 3/8. I probably could have just left that. Now we're not gonna throw away these pieces because we can reuse them. We can reuse them to cut out our clouds. So nothing's going to waste. So I'm going to do a quick check and make sure. Yay, perfect. So we got a little bit of a border. So that's awesome. So I'm going to take this, my vellum, and make sure it's 4 1/8 as well. So we're just going to cut it a hair because I don't want it to be the width of the card base. I want it to be the width of our sun. And I should have that sun still peering out. Perfect. So you can still see it's peeking out. If you want more of that sun, you could cut the bottom here and it'll slide down more. In fact, you know what? I could do that to show you, because it won't matter on the back side because we're going to cover that up, because I don't like the I don't like this unfinished look and the see-through look. So I'll do that. I'll cut. Just so you actually can see more of the sun. And then I'll show you how I finish that up. So then now I get a little bit more of that sun peeking through. Gotta cut off a little bit more on the bottom because I want to make sure I have that 1/8 all around the bottom edge there. There we go. Just gonna push that up just a wee bit. Okay, I cut off a little too much, but that's okay. No one's gonna know. And then this one will sit right on top. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to temporarily hold this in place. So I'm just gonna take a Post-it note, or you could use repositionable glue. Say that 10 times fast. And this is gonna go right on top, like so. And because we know where it's actually going, and we're just lining up the two edges there. If that light is, here, we're gonna move over a bit because it's annoying. Oops. Have to open a new Tombow. Wow. So here's another thing. Tombow obviously is carrying over. If you haven't placed an order yet, the price of Tombow is actually going up. And it's going up quite a bit. So now is a perfect time to restock on your Tombow, which is what I did. I just bought 6 more because then that saves me about $12. It actually saves me quite a bit more because I also get a discount as a demonstrator. So if you would like to restock your adhesive, now is a great time to do it as well. I think just on the Tombow, the rest is all staying the same in pricing. There we go. So we have that base. Now this is going to come down. So now all we have to do is add adhesive to the top here, because it's going to go right on top of this one. It's going to make sure I have my adhesive along there, my initial on the inside, because you know I always like to give a little bit of love in it that no one ever sees. And then we're going to line this up again. I should have just left my post-it note there, because then I know for sure it's straight. I think my vellum was touching the top, so I think I'm good. And because we use the liquid glue, gives us a minute to readjust if we need to. And I think I'm just going to flip it over to see. I think we're good. Now, I don't like that ugliness, so we're going to cover that up. And I'll show you how I do that. So there you go. And then that is now our card base. So now we're just going to clean this up, because I had glue and stuff like that on there. Makes it look prettier. And does it stay? And then we're going to now just use these leftover pieces that we have cut off on everything. And we're going to use it to actually cut out all of our pieces and also to do our stamping with. So just like that. So I'm going to take one of these pieces, and it's going to be used for doing all the clouds, and then another piece to stamp the word sending. And I did cheat already. And I took a piece of, because Blushing Bride is going bye-bye, I took a piece of Flirty Flamingo and heat embossed white on here already with birthday wishes. So all we have to do is cut that one out. But I didn't do the sending. So I'm going to bring out my Stamparatus again. I'm just going to slide that in there. And I'm going to switch out my plates, because I know I already have one prepped. And this one has sending on it. It's kind of got to know where that kind of is. It's roughly there. So I don't really care where this sits, because ideally I'm going to die cut it anyway, just as long as it's aligned. Okay. Guess I'm not in the video. Make sure I am. So roughly there. That's fine. So now we're going to take our memento. I'm just using black. Now you can also heat emboss this as well, and you could use it on different colored cardstock if you like. But I just chose to go with straight black. Sorry it's shaking. Oops, I didn't push hard enough on that side. Doesn't matter, we're gonna add more. And this is the other reason why I like using my Stamparatus, or what are the other versions? There is Misty, and I can't remember what the other names are of some of the other ones. But ours comes with 2 plates, so I'm hoping that the reconfigured design still comes with multiple plates, because it's so handy. Now we can do a little bit of fun here. I kept mine white on white, which I thought was really cool, but I thought I could try something different. And you could take your blending brush again. If you want, you could do a different color. But what you can do as well is add some of that color in there and change the color of the background. So I'm going to just grab just a little bit of the yellow. So that is the Daffodil Delight. So it's the lighter color. And just give it that little tinge of background there. I'm so going to need those doors on this room. that sun shining through is like, wow. So now I just have a little bit of color to add there. So I think we have everything stamped now. And I'm going to put this away somewhere. And now all we have to do is add all our dies. So we have the Sendings die. And now you just have to line this up. There is just a reminder, right, with these, there's a little hole there on the tip. And that if you make sure that your tail on the G is sitting there perfectly in the center, then you should be pretty good at getting this accurate. Now, easier said than done, of course. And so I'm just going to make sure. Then I'm going to, so our dies are really nice and tight now, which is, remember back in the day when, well, one, die cutting never existed, so you had to fussy cut everything. And two, there was always that 1/8 inch all the way around, right? So that doesn't exist anymore. So now this one, instead of centering it, I'm going to push it a little bit to the left. Because here I chose to cut it off. And so if you don't want to do that, you can. Now, this set comes with multiple different sayings. So of course, this is my birthday, so I'm going to do my birthday wishes. So you have also this one, Sunshine to Brighten Your Day. So this die set also comes with another tag or label die. Comes with 14 different pieces, right? So you could do the word sending. I should have did that. What was I thinking? And then that way it'll pop out more. And you can use this one, which is longer, for all your longer sentiments. Or if you wanted it to run longer, like I could technically use this one and run that one this way and just have birthday wishes or sending you, what was it? Sending you, oh, sunshine to brighten your day. And then I could have put happy birthday on the inside. So that's another option. I forgot that this comes with the word sending, so I could have die cut that 3 times and put it on instead of coloring. So that's another option. Okay, so back to this. I'm going to push this closer to the left. So then that way I can cut off that end. So I have that. I have my sending. And then all that's left. Does anybody have one of these beautiful trays, magnetic trays? They are fantastic. You never lose your dies. Or at least you think you never lose your dies. So now we've got 3 things that we can all cut at once. So I'm going to move that over to my emboss and cut machine behind me here. Because like I said, I didn't want that to shake the table. And what you can do too is you could put masking tape behind this. I had some prepped here. I think I have it prepped somewhere. I know I do. Which just makes it into a nice big sticker after. A lot easier to work with. Found some. Oops, and then it caused my... So I have some sticky tape here. Some adhesive. I'm just going to cut off this excess. Because then I don't have to it becomes a sticker right away. So we have these adhesive sheets that leave your hands really nice and sticky after. So try not to get too much of it on your hands. And then we're going to put that on again because I dropped it when I was trying to put my sticky backing on. It fell off. Good thing we're doing the hard card first because the next 2 are super easy. But nice because they can be also very masculine. And I have 2 birthday cards to make this weekend. Oh, this guy's not sticking. And I really need him to stay in the right place because it's going to cause us lots of grief if it doesn't cut out properly. So I'm just going to add another piece of Post-it tape. This Post-it tape I just get off Amazon. There we go. just running it through the embossing cut machine. You can hear it crackling. And also, nothing is really set up properly on my desk over here yet because I haven't decided how it's going to stay. So everything there is shaking. So if all of a sudden you hear this big crash, it's probably because my poster behind me fell. And my poster is actually in a picture frame. So I wouldn't be surprised if it eventually fell over. Oh, goodness. Very funny, eh? You know the feeling, right? Okay. So now this guy's got the sticky backing. So we're going to peel this off. And that can go in the garbage. So you can see the difference here where it's yellow. And then where's my sample? And this one here where it's white. So it'll pop a little bit more on the card. Because when I saw that after, I was like, oh, that's not very bright. But we went with it anyway. Okay, because I knew I could just change it and show you alternates, right? Okay, so here's our card. And then the clouds, all I did was position them wherever I wanted to. Nothing fancy. I think I put this guy over here because he was a little shorter. This one, I think I want the fat end on the inside. Oh, maybe the shorter end. And we're just going to cut it off a bit. And then this guy sits like so, because it's just following the angle. And then wishes right there. So we're just going to use some dimensionals. Oh, you're not late. Never too late, Gail. Thank you for joining. Hello, hello. Sending you a hello or birthday wish. So we're going to take some dimensionals and add that to the back of the clouds. Don't need too many. And we'll put those here, wherever we like. This one I might need a mini on the other side, so we'll grab a small one from here. I can never use these with just my finger. It's just so awkward. Pop that on. And then we've got this guy. And then we will pop this one onto the other side. And I'll probably just trim that off. So maybe about there. Now this I've used, again, the adhesive sheet on the back. So I'll peel this off. And now it becomes like super sticky. See? Super sticky. And now we're going to figure that out. Put that right where I want. And now what you'll notice is, now if I left it as is, when it goes in the mail, all the spots where it's not touching will then push down. So we're going to take some mini glue dots and we're going to do a scrapbooker's trick here where we tuck, we call it tucking, where we tuck all the mini glue dots or adhesive and stuff to keep all of our pieces together in underneath. And that's going to ensure that when the card goes in the mail, it's not going to go flat on you and then be like sticking. And then the person's going to get the card and it's going to be like, kind of like that, like how it is right now. Stay up. So we're going to take another one. If I can get all these, whatchamacallit, backings off. I'm like losing my voice today. I think it's because I spent a lot of time talking. Like the last 2 days I've been training. And then, so obviously that's a lot of talking. And I had to move my desk to the shop floor. And so you do yell a lot more because, you know, the people around you can't hear you as much with all the machines going and things like that. But now I'm realizing, I'm like, oh, my throat really hurts today. Not sick or anything. It's just literally I've been talking too much. And you would think it would have hurt. It did hurt lots last week, yelling at the kids, you know, let's go AK, you know, cheering them on inside the stadium, which was like completely crazy. It was so loud. we had people were banging on pens and screaming. I'll have to watch replay too. No worries, you didn't miss too much. And it was just crazy. And then you have a bunch of girls screaming as well, you know, yelling for the other team, not ours. Meanwhile, we have all the boys yelling. So, yeah. I was deaf. I was deaf and my head also hurt after. Okay, there we go. We're almost finished. So now all we have to do is position this one wherever we like. And I think I might, if I can, try and tuck it in underneath that G a bit and put it right about there. So we're going to add some more minis here. Mini, mini, mini. Mini, mini. Okay, I know I need at least 3. So let's see where that takes me. And I'm going to see if I can. Oh, yay! I lift him up a bit. Uh-oh. Wait, we're safe. We're safe. Okay, we're going to tuck that in. Not too much because I don't want the words to be disappearing. And then I got to make sure I'm straight, as straight as I think I can. And then we're going to tuck again. So you're going to pull in to just get all those little bitties stuck there. And not falling when it goes in the mail. Okay. There you go. Birthday wishes. Now, I didn't put any embellishments on that because I felt like it was enough. Like the clouds and everything else on there gave it enough detail, I thought. But by all means, you can dress it up. Just going to cut this tail off so they actually look the same. This one's definitely better than my original. And you can see the sun peering out. You've got some different, I just wanted different shades of cloud. And then that beautiful background stamp, the rays. And if you saw my upline Alana's video, she also used it to use it with the ray of light. So obviously it works with almost anything. So I really hope you enjoyed that one. You can easily make this, and you'll also notice I use no designer series paper, right? No pattern paper. It's just whatever you have in stock and one bundle. So this bundle again is going to be, is currently discounted at 10%. So it's something you definitely want to pick up if you don't have it, because it's so much fun and has some amazing, and don't forget all those beautiful flowers and so many different sayings. At our retreat, we had lots of fun trying to mix all the words. I even have different phrases and everything that you can do. Like, you know, sending like a card to say hello, or sending comfort and a note of thanks. So you could totally blend them all up as much as you want. Okay, so there's my 2 cards. And the only difference I made here from my original was I colored that yellow so that way it popped, because I felt like it was kind of hiding in there. But you can also cut the die. There's a die that says sending. And if you cut it 3 times and then layer it on that shadow one, then you'll get this really nice look. If I had my cards here, I'd show you. Okay, so card number 1, send me a heart if you liked that one. Just put a heart and then you're good to go. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Gail. I'm glad you really like it. So let's do a couple quick and easy ones again. So that one was probably the most hardest one, but it is still quick and easy. And then you have all these extra pieces. So guess what? You can still use them to make another card or do something fun with. So you can literally build something else with this. You could flip it this way and then have it going the other way. Really up to you. Never waste, right? Okay, I just have to take a quick sip of my drink here. And I'm already at the hour, and I only did 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, but the next 2 are super easy. This is another fun one, and it features 2 stamp cards, or 2 stamp sets. 2 stamp cards? Really, Nemi? Oh my. Okay, so we're done with sending hugs. This one, this one features Biggest Witch, which we used a long time ago. And I shared that with everybody. And then the new from the January to June mini, January to April mini, sorry. The Happy Birthday in the Something Fancy. So I kept it really simple. But this one is still a lot of fun because you could swap. You could do happy instead of like the font writing one, instead of what I did there. But it was very blocky, so I wanted to keep it blocky. And you could definitely switch out with a lot. Like, I'm so glad they didn't get rid of this. And it's a lot of fussy cutting, but it's so worth it. And it's so much fun. And the fact that you could do happy in a lighter color and then stamp birthday right across on top of it. Like, there's so many things you can do. In fact, we could even have added that instead of the jewels. But I'm using the iridescent, what is it called? It's here on my card somewhere. So we'll get to it when you need it. So let's get started. Okay, so if those of you who know me, I love rainbows. And so I just took 5 different colors. Roy G. Biv, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, Biv, blue, indigo, violet. So I tried to use, I always do them in 3s, 5s, or 7s. Never 4s. It just seems to work better that way. So each one of these strips, you can do any color you want. And again, no designer series paper, because guess what? All our designer series paper is retiring. But our colors are carrying over. So I've used Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, and Balmy Blue. And I've got all of it as scrap pieces. Scrap, scrap, scrap. And guess we don't need that one. So what do I need? Okay, so I cut all of these pieces at 3/4 of an inch. So let's do the pieces we're missing right now. So I'm missing a blue at 3/4 of an inch. I think I cut a few already because they were already 1.5 inches. So when I cut them in half, I was like, oh, sweet, I've got my pieces. I need Flying Pumpkin Pie. So we lost Mango Melody. I like this side better. And Mango Melody is now disappearing. So we don't have much for oranges. And get these out of the way. And the yellow. Now we'd only need about, I think I did it at 2 3/4. So you don't need a lot. So all I'm doing is using scrap. So don't panic and think, oh, what's our total length? Doesn't matter. Just as long as it's not super short. Okay. So again, this is a top folding card. And then you can stamp whatever sentiment you want. Oh, I forgot to finish the other one. So, okay, I got to bring this back. Sorry. Rewind. This is ugly on the back side. So all I did was took another sheet of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and just covered it. I'm sorry. I totally forgot to do that. So that is how I finished that. So I wanted to bring that back. Okay. Bing! Back to the future. Okay. And I know, right? Orange is a beautiful color in one of the... Yeah. So I'm really sad Mango Melody is leaving because it was kind of like that lighter orange, but not yellow. And I was hoping they were going to bring another orange back, and they didn't. So I'll just hunt for oranges elsewhere. That color, that is, because we know, not the food, color. Okay, so this one I really liked, and it was a spin-off of a card I made at one of my other virtual retreats. But I used multiple colors of DSP and rainbow as well. So as you can see, I reuse a lot of my designs for inspiration. So I hope you do the same. And I lost my bone folder. Lost my bone folder in the chaos. Okay, so I'll just use my scissors, and get that nice and creased. And then, now I took our masking tape, and using the grid on our paper, I lined it up to about 2 3/4. So I'm just gonna line it up here. So then I know, there's my 0 line. And I'm gonna go to 2 3/4 because that's pretty much where I went. So this is a piece I'm just reusing. And I think I used it to actually make this card. So I'm just gonna line that up, find my 2 3/4 inch mark, which is right there. And this is gonna help me make sure I'm kind of straight on putting my strips down. There. So Stampin' Up! Has masking tape. Oh, I'm so sorry, my phone keeps shaking. And it comes like this. Masking paper. We gave a bunch of this at our a piece at our last retreat because I used it for my Easter Bunny card. Which, by the way, Easter Bunny is a bundle right now. Save 10%. But after that, no longer bundled. So get that one now too. This one does not come with dies or a punch. So you're okay there. So all we're going to do now is line that up there. So I'm going to use my Seal Plus. And I did line it up right to the edge because I couldn't figure out how to get it evenly across. So, and I think on my other card I did the same thing. So I'm just going to line that up as best as I can to the top there and to the edge. So I am using my grid paper as a guide as well. And then put another strip over here. These strips are only 3/4 of an inch, so you should be good. It's so nice and quiet in my house right now because all the boys are at soccer tonight. It's like heaven. I'm in heaven. So when my youngest was like, I think I'll stay home, I'm like, oh, really? And then all of a sudden my husband comes in and he goes, oh, I'm taking Bishop with me. I'm like, sweet. So I thought for sure he wanted to stay home because he just bought a new Switch game. And I was like, oh, he wants to play Switch. But nope. He's like, brought his cleats and everything. He wants to go play soccer. So I'm like, hallelujah, I'll get the house to myself. As my husband's probably watching right now because he tends to do that. He'll watch my videos while he's at soccer, my Facebook Lives. Isn't that so sweet of him? But then now I'm talking about him, so that doesn't really help. Okay, I'm trying to use this grid paper here as a guide. And I'm talking at the same time, which doesn't really help. And I'm too high. Let's drop down a bit. No, that's too low. Maybe right about there. That's okay. Oh, perfect. So we're going to cover that up anyway, so don't worry about it. Don't worry if you're not straight. So I'm just going to, try and find the middle. Hopefully that's the middle. And do that again. There we go. Red or Roy G. Biv. Okay. I always have to reiterate the acronym. I laugh at Marie because Marie, one of our Prairie Grass Stamper designers and teammate and fellow initiator of keeping me crafting, she has a little sign that she brings to all our crops, and it literally says Roy G. Biv. So that way she always remembers, because she can't remember the order of the rainbow. And I think it's the cutest thing ever. Okay, so we're going to take that masking tape, reusable masking tape, by the way, put that aside, and there we go. And now all we have to do is cut that off. So I'm just going to take my paper trimmer here, line it up, and go, wee, and then go bye-bye. So all those pieces are now scrubbed, and the front of our card looks amazing. There we go. So now we need a 1/2 inch of black. And I know I have it. And I didn't do it. I was like, oh, maybe I actually did a second one. Nope, I forgot to heat emboss it. Oh boy. So this one, I think it's scrap again. So it was this side. And I'm just gonna trim that down to a 1/2 inch because you don't want to be the exact same width as all your other pieces. That's just gonna make it look way too structured. And really, it does make it look off. Okay, so I'm gonna grab, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna grab my Stamparatus again. What's this one say? Okay, this one says birthday on it, wishes. Oh yeah, because I used it for the other one. But on this one, I want to use the birthday on this one because it's a little bigger. Believe it or not, it's a little bigger. Oh, I guess I didn't use, oh my goodness, sacrilege. I didn't use my, maybe that's why my thing was crooked. Okay, so this one this time, come on, magnet. I want it to be just a hair off, about a quarter of an inch, that much. And now, oh, this one says spectacular. That's not it. Where are you? It's not here. Which means it's sitting on my table somewhere. Oh, there it is. I forgot to take the pad off as well. Okay, so we're gonna put that right roughly. Oh, Santa Maria, I hope you're straight. And then we're gonna brush that with some whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, maybe a little too much. A little too much embossing powder. And we're gonna grab some Versamark. Now, we only want part. So let's grab that masking tape. I don't want the word happy. If it makes you happy. And then we're gonna get that birthday only. Don't forget to take that strip off. And we're gonna go boop, boop, boop. Oh, I'm crooked. Terrible, terrible. It's crooked. Don't like. Okay, I'm gonna do it by hand. Oh my. I'm gonna do it by hand. That's scary. Okay, try that. Because you guys, you know, I may come up with these fun, fancy, fun ideas, but seriously, my stamping sucks. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you know what I mean. Okay, and I think that's better, but I put my birthday too close to the edge. But such is life. No one's gonna know. And my neighbor is turning 80. And he's not watching, so I'm good to talk about it. So they're having a surprise birthday party for him tomorrow. So I thought this would be a great card for him because it's very simple. It's kind of masculine and colorful because he's so colorful. And I thought it'd be perfect. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to heat and emboss that. You're going to hear it going on. Almost finished. Okay. Let's move this guy out of the way because we don't need him anymore. Bye-bye, Stamperettas. There's my birthday. So it's just going to run right across there. So I'm going to line this up so then I know where my 1/2 inch mark is. Love using my grid paper as my guide for everything. I'm going to take some more Seal Plus. And I know I have just a bit extra. Just running that along the edge there. And gonna put that at the 1/2 inch point. Perfect. And then line it up on the other side because then I know I'm straight. At least I hope I'm straight. We're gonna take our sticky glue scissors. I have one set that I have specifically for cutting off anything with glue and one specifically for paper. There we go. And then I took a scrap piece and I think I cheated already. If I can find it. Hello? There it is. That says happy, and I stamped that in Starry Sky. So that was kind of like my indigo / violet that I wanted to add here. So if you use the other happy, you can just fussy cut that out, make it really pretty. And then we're just gonna add that there. So this again, scrap. So I'm just gonna line that up. I'm using this as my guide, so then I know how much to leave on each side of the letters. And I'm gonna do it again. So I'm just using the inside of my paper trimmer as my guide, like this ruler piece. And trim that, and then it should be somewhat even. A little deceiving, but it does work. Okay, So that just goes there, and we're just gonna grab some more dimensionals again. So I hope you sign up for our one last retreat. We got some new product to share with you and some fun technique designs to show you that you can use for any project. And so we got some new color and new designer series paper to put in your welcome kits. I'm so excited. And then we're also kicking off in Color Club. I'm just trying to find my iridescent jewels that I had. Oh, they're there. Oopsies. So this is iridescent pastel gems. They are carrying over as well. How fun are those? And I'm like, I have something sticky. And I just need my take your pick tool again. And then I thought it would be fun to add all the different colors in it. And you could do it all differently. So maybe I'll do this way. Add a couple like crazy big ones. And then add this orange. We don't want it in a row. Right there. And then we'll go back this way. Maybe with some blues again. So let's use the fatty. I like these fatties. Maybe I'll move fatty there. Oh, too much in line. I don't like things when they're too much in line. So we'll move this guy over. Move over. And then another one up here. Put those together. And we'll stick a white one way up there. So you kind of have this bubble pattern going. Anyway, that's what I thought I was doing. You tell me if I'm crazy. But there's my two designs. Very similar. And that's card number 2. Happy birthday. So you'll get the nicer ones. So again, make sure you like, comment, Roy G. Biv. Right, exactly. Colors of the rainbow. Exactly. So this is a really easy kit for me to ship to you. Hope you really like it. And now the last card. Oh my, so spectacular. So I have a coworker who's having a birthday, and him and I always order Mexican together. We don't sit together anymore because I got relocated to a different building. So I'm totally sad. But then his birthday's coming up. So I was like, perfect time to make tacos. So I had a lot of fun making cards for the retreat on that one. It was also one of my swaps. And thanks to Sherry and Barb for actually doing my swaps for me. And I actually put it on a wobble. So much fun. Anyway, it was so much fun that I didn't even create it. So here's one of the new, here's the older in colors, right? So this is Tahitian Tide. And Taco, I'm so excited it's coming back. It is $1 million stamp set from Erica Serwin. So if you ever watch hers, she's amazing. And she has some amazing projects that she's made with this because, you know, it's her stamp set. Why not? So we are going to, you know what, on mine, I think I only used the taco and the bonbons, but I'm going to see what happens when I add in that lime because I felt like everything kind of blended too much. So we're going to do color on color and make our own pattern paper. So I've got Tahitian Tide sitting here. And I think, yep, I got them prepped. So we're going to create our own background. So again, all we're going to do here is we're going to stamp. And I always like to stamp, rotate, and make a cross. So we're making our square. Another good way to look at it is a square. So there's my third, and then my fourth square is going to be off the page, like so. And then we're going to go back down, make another square off the page. So this kind of goes here, make another square, and then the fourth one off the page. Okay, so now we're going to switch, and we're going to fill up the in-betweens and do the same thing. Square, 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 or this way. So we can go this way as well. Square, I'm going to rotate my stamp. Fit one in there. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my other square, and maybe one in the corner. Now I was like, it feels like it's so, and now I got to try and squeeze in these patterns. And I thought that was too much. It looked okay. It did look good, but what do they know? So now, look at these beautiful stamps. Oh my gosh. When this retires, I don't know if I can get rid of it. We're going to add the lime. The lime and the coconut. So we're going to add that lime wherever I can fill in. Because I think it's a lot easier to get one little stamp in there than a cluster in between. Oh, okay, we got 2 limes over here. That's okay. Maybe one more over there. So we're still gonna cover that square, so it's okay. So we're good that way. Then I took some Granny Apple Green. Granny. I had a piece sitting here, I swear I did. Okay, let me just get another piece of scrap. It's just right here anyway. Granny Apple Green. And this one, I believe I cut at, what is it, 2 1/2, I think? Let me just double check. 2 3/4. It was the other way. Okay. So this we're going to cut to 2 3/4. And that's going to be our base. 2 3/4. So that's going to be one layer. And then we're going to grab a piece of scrap basic white. And this one's going to be 2 1/2. So we're going to go 2 1/2. Okay, class time obviously takes a little longer than when I normally just do a Facebook Live. So each week's going to be a little longer, except for the 20th. On April 20th, we are going to play bingo. And I have pop-up cards for bingo. I'm so excited. They are so much fun to make, and I hope you really like them. So I'll be working on the registration this weekend. Oh, look, see, I found my, right underneath my stamp set. Seriously. So here it is. And did I have those pieces ready? Probably not. So, I know, squirrel. Okay, so this thing comes with like 4 different faces. I was like, yeah, it's so darn cute. Okay, I gotta get rid of this one stamp first. Just give me a minute. And then I can put the taco. And then we're just gonna take this here. And we're gonna stamp the taco on one side. Love it. And then I'm gonna need, I'm gonna need a piece of scrap.
I didn't get that. Would you try again?
Goodbye, Siri.
Until next time.
Oh, the joy. Oh, there's a piece of scrap. Okay. Why did that sound? Okay, that was pretty funny. So feel free to laugh along with me as Siri on my computer came to life. There we go. I shouldn't say their name because it might come back to life again. Okay. Now all we have to do is add the eyes. Oh, this stamp set is so cute. And I'm so happy it's carrying over. Carrying over. Okay. So I'm going to grab the mustache because the mustache is so darn cute. And then you can also stamp the inside of the card to whatever you like. So that's going to be Craig, my coworker. And then the burrito. It should be the other way around because he's tall and skinny and I'm more plump. So really, I should be the taco and he should be the burrito. That's what I should have did. So we're going to make sure I didn't put, I think I put too much there. I'm going to add the eyes. How cute. And then we're just going to do a bit of coloring. So blends in the new catalog are increasing in price. So now is a perfect time to buy some blends, especially if they are fading. So as you can see here, my crumb cake is running low on ink. So I'm definitely going to order another set now rather than later when it runs out because I'm going to save on price increase. See how yucky that is going on? Because it is low on ink. So obviously I've been using crumb cake a lot. So now there's all these beautiful little dots here, which I love and I use to help me add some shading and shadows within. I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to take the other end and blend that in as much as I can. I'm going to blend that in. And at this point, this is where I would rather use my brush because it's such a long piece. But this is running out of ink. Running out of alcohol ink. So I'm definitely going to have to buy another one. Now let's grab some Granny Apple Green and color those lettuce. Normally, I would also use soft seafoam, but guess what? Soft seafoam, I believe, is retiring. So, Granny Apple Green is still one of our core colors and is perfect in one of my favorite greens because it's nice and bright and goes perfectly with these to make lettuce. To make lettuce? Okay, go there, there, there. I'm just adding a bit of shading. And I always like to add shading where the ends meet, right? Where all the little bits gather together. And then you just go back in and blend that up. Hence the name blends, because all we're doing is blending. So it looks like you watercolored, but you really didn't. So I'm not very good at picking out color combos. And I know there's tri-blends and Copics and all that, but it's way too many shades for me. So I'm a simple person when it comes to color. So I'm very thankful at the fact that I only have 2 shades. So if you are more of you really got a good eye on color, you know, by all means, try tri-blends and Copics and see which ones you like better. But for those of us who are, you know, not so great at coloring or avid or can't pick color colors as good, then I love our Stampin' blends. Just saying. So there you go. Now I'm going to take my dark, put that in. I think I need some more Daffodil Delight as well. Well, looks like I'm going shopping. So add that in. I only put in an order already. So what's one more? Because I forgot to add these colors. Maybe I should have gone through all my blends to see which ones need replenishing. Okay, so we're just going to color that blend. Oh, yeah. No more Daffodil Delight. It's out. Okay. I'm trying to get as much out of there as I can. Not working. Let's try the other tip. I can probably get more. Okay, just a bit more in that one. There we go. Beauty. And then, oh, we need the word spectacular. Spectacular. Because on the inside, we're going to put holy guacamole. It's your birthday with the guacamole. With the avocado, I mean. Avocado. Duh. Okay. How many times did I say okay? Are the SU blends? No, they are not refillable. You just have to buy more. That is the advantage of Copics. They are refillable. I don't know about tri-blends, but I do know Copics are. Okay. So I'm going to add the word spectacular and hope that I am straight. Okay. Now I'm also going to have to grab my other scissors and fussy cut this burrito, but he's super fast. Doesn't take long, so I didn't prep another one because I wanted to show you and remind you about the blends, and he doesn't take very long to cut out. Now, I really wish that Erica Serwin was able to convince them to turn these into little dies, you know, so then that way you had like this full set and you could color a whole bunch of them all at once and then run them all through your emboss and cut machine at the same time, right? Because I did a lot of fussy cutting when I did my class on tacos for Taco Fiesta. I was like, oh man, I think my stampers are gonna hate me because of all the fussy cutting I'm making them do. They didn't, of course, but I was like, oh, I feel so bad. But when you have to layer all of these together and you want that little bit of overlap, you could use masking, or in this case, just fussy cut. Okay, then I felt it was a little boring, so we need to wrap some twine around there. So again, linen thread, everyone's best friend. I don't think it's ever gonna go out of style, and I'm totally fine with that because I love it. We're gonna add that. So I just like to put tape around the back so that way I have something to work with. And I'm gonna cut off all this excess and tie my bow. There we go. Because it just looked really bland. Okay. I probably should have did a double bow. I think that would have looked prettier. But oh well. Next time. So if you're making this card, do a double bow. I think it'll look better. Okay, now we're going to add some dimensionals on there. Because you know, there's never enough. And there we go. And we're almost done. And my class is over for week 1. Okay, there we go. Now we just have to add more adhesive on the back. And where is my card base? Over there. And then we'll just add that right close to the center, maybe a little higher. There we go. And voila, you have a third card. So those are our 3 cards. We just need an inside now. Holy guacamole, it's your birthday. Yes, it is. Soon to be. 2 more weeks. Tomorrow we have team meeting. I will share what we have at team meeting afterwards because I have a couple surprises for my team tomorrow for my birthday and for our team meeting, to be honest. So, but it's for them. And I can't share that because I know they're on here right now. So be ready. Yes, I know Leanne's missing out because I really wish she was here. But under circumstances, it couldn't happen. But we will make up for it. And gonna add the guacamole. So on the guacamole, I'm gonna pull out Old Olive, and I'm actually gonna stamp it in Old Olive, so that way you don't get that black ring around, and just go like that. And then we're gonna take light crumb cake, or you could do soft suede, but that's retiring. And I'm gonna just color in there where the stone goes. Or the seed, sorry. Stone. It's not a stone. It's a seed. Okay, so that's the inside of this card. So the other 2, I didn't do the inside because you can do whatever you want on them. Or I like to leave them blank until I'm ready to give them to someone because I don't know what I'm putting. Sometimes I like to write a story, or sometimes I just stamp. But there you have it. Let's clear this mess up and share. So there's card number 3. Card number 2 for happy birthday. And a little more difficult, but so much fun. Card number 3, sending birthday wishes. So 3 different stamp sets, all carrying over. So perfect time to get them now while you can bundle and save and have lots of fun with. And of course, the linen thread and the, what did I call those? Iridescent pastel gems are also carrying over. So no worries. So you can grab those while you can. And once again, if you do spend $40 or more, you just gotta be part of my email. You can get a free birthday kit for this month, which is for the end of the month, my monthly card kit. You spend $60 or more, you'll get a free embellishment plus the kit. $100 or more, I'm going to send you a mystery gift package. $150, obviously another bigger gift package, etc., etc. So I will update that, and you definitely want to be part of my newsletter or email list. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking it out. Don't forget to like and share, and I'll do a quick check and see who by Sunday, which is Easter. So Monday morning, I will do a tally and see who wins, and I will post that. Okay, who will win the cards, of course. And I'll do 2. One who wins the card set, And then the other person will win a free kit of all the pieces you need to make these cards. Okay, 2 draws. So like, share. You have to come back and tell me you shared. And I hope you commented as well. Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Happy Easter. Enjoy all your chocolate and all your festivities. Happy Stampin'.